All right, ready to dive in. Today, we're tackling Midjourney.
Midjourney.
Yeah, AI image generation.
It's huge.
It really is. We're talking magazine covers, comic books, even, get this, children's books illustrated by AI. Crazy, right? We're going to break it all down, the tech, the impact, the good, the bad, the whole shebang.
What's really got people talking is how Midjourney is being used. I mean, that's not just artists playing around anymore. We're talking about The Economist using it for a cover.
Yeah.
Architects are using it for inspiration. There's even this children's book, Alice and Sparkle, entirely illustrated with Midjourney.
A children's book? That's wild. But okay, let's back up for a sec. For anyone who's been living under a rock, what is Midjourney? Like, elevator pitch it for us.
Okay, so imagine this. Take a computer.
Yeah.
And you feed it every image, every description, everything, basically. That's essentially what Midjourney is. It's crunching through all this data, figuring out how to connect words to visuals, like learning a whole new language, but with pictures.
So it's like teaching a computer to see the world the way we do.
Exactly.
But instead of eyes, it's using, what, algorithms and data.
Yeah, and then it uses all that to whip up brand new images based on, well, whatever you tell it to create. You give it a text prompt, a description, and boom, you've got art.
And all this happens on Discord.
For now, at least.
Right. So I type in what I want to see, and Midjourney just, like, makes it appear.
Basically, you type in, like, imagine, then your description, and it gets to work. It's like having a personal digital artist on speed dial.
Except this artist can probably crank out a masterpiece way faster than any human could.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And way less messy, no paint splatters.
But here's the thing. Midjourney hasn't always been this, I don't know, slick. It's gone through a ton of changes in a pretty short amount of time, right?
Yeah, it seems like they're constantly updating it.
Constantly. I mean, in just over a year, they've gone from version 2 all the way to version 6.
Wow, that's a lot of upgrades.
Yeah.
What were some of the big milestones? It wasn't just about making the pictures prettier, right? No, not just prettier. Each version brought something new to the table. Like version 2, that was a big jump for creating realistic characters.
Yeah.
Apparently that was a real challenge before. Then version 4 came along,
Yeah.
and that was a huge leap in like the overall quality. Everything just got a lot more real looking.
And then version 5, that was a game changer, right?
Totally. Version 5 was when it really started to feel like, whoa, this is getting really good. Super realistic, crazy detail, almost like a human artist, but not quite. And then they hit us with version 6.
And they went all out for that one, didn't they?
They did. Version 6 wasn't just an update. It was like they rebuilt the whole thing from scratch. It took them like 9 months.
9 months.
Yeah. Which in the world of AI, that's basically forever.
Yeah.
But, you know, the results, I think they speak for themselves. The images coming out of version 6 are just, well, incredible.
It's amazing to see how fast it's all happening. But it's not just about the tech, is it? It's really starting to impact the real world. Like, remember that children's book we mentioned? And it's not just kids' books, right? You mentioned The Economist. They used a Midjourney image for their cover. That's a pretty big deal.
Huge.
Yeah.
And there was this Italian artist used Midjourney to illustrate a whole comic book, like a real published comic. It's everywhere.
It's mind-blowing. But, and this is the big but, all this cool stuff, it brings up some, well, some big questions too. Ethical stuff. Legal stuff.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's uncharted territory in a lot of ways.
Like, if a machine can make art this good, what's that mean for, you know, actual artists? Are we all going to be out of a job?
Right. That's the big fear, isn't it? And it's not just about jobs. It's about, like, what even is art anymore? Remember Alice and Sparkle, that kid's book?
Yeah.
That sparked a whole debate about AI and art. Some people, they're excited, see it as a new tool. Others, they're worried about jobs, about AI cheapening art, you know?
And then there's the legal side. Copyright, all that. That's got to be a nightmare waiting to happen.
Totally. There's a lawsuit, actually. Some artists are suing Midjourney, saying they used their work without permission to train the AI.
Seriously?
Yeah. It's a big deal. Could change everything about how these AI companies operate.
Wow. It's exciting, but kind of scary too, you know? Like, we're opening up this Pandora's box.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
And like with any new tech, there's always the risk of, well, misuse.
Remember that image of the Pope in the puffer jacket?
Oh, yeah, that was everywhere.
People thought it was real.
That's the thing, right? AI can be used to create fake news, misinformation. And it's only going to get harder to tell what's real and what's not.
Exactly. And it's not just silly stuff like the Pope in a jacket. There was that thing with the rat anatomy.
Oh, right, the scientific paper.
Yeah, they used Midjourney for the illustrations, and it got the anatomy all wrong.
Which, in a scientific paper, Not ideal. It shows the importance of, being careful, checking your sources, all that, especially as the tech gets even better.
It's like a race against time almost. The AI is getting more sophisticated every day.
It is. And Midjourney, they're not slowing down. They just launched a whole new web interface, in fact.
Really? I didn't hear about that.
Came out with version 6.1.
So now you don't need to be a Discord guru to use it?
Exactly. They're trying to make it more accessible, bring in a wider audience.
Good smart move. Make it easier to use. More people jump on board.
Exactly. And the web interface is not just about ease of use. They've added new features, too, like in-painting.
In-painting? What's that?
So say you generate an image, right? But you want to tweak something, like maybe change the background or add something. In-painting lets you do that, all within Midjourney. No need to switch to another program.
Oh, that's handy. So they're making it more powerful and easier to use. Makes you wonder, though, with all this power, how do they control it? I mean, content moderation, that's going to be a full-time job in this thing.
It's tricky, right? Because what are you even supposed to ban? Like, I read somewhere that they used to have a whole list of banned words.
Yeah, they tried that.
I can't even imagine trying to come up with that list.
It was pretty impossible, to be honest. I mean, language is so nuanced, right?
Totally. And people come up with the craziest prompts.
It's like how you predict what someone's going to think of.
Yeah.
So they realized the word ban thing, it just wasn't working.
So what'd they do? Scrap the whole moderation thing?
Well, they had to do something, so they switched tactics. Instead of banning words, they went the AI route. AI-powered moderation.
Okay, so what, like an AI hall monitor for Midjourney?
Kind of. So now, instead of just looking for specific words, the system, it tries to understand the whole prompt, the context.
So it's like analyzing the intent behind the words.
Yeah.
Exactly. Trying to figure out if you're trying to generate something, inappropriate or whatever.
That's wild. But also kind of scary. I mean, are we really going to let AI decide what we can and can't create?
That's the debate, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, on the one hand, you want some kind of control, right? You don't want people creating, like, harmful or offensive stuff, but then who gets to decide what's harmful, what's offensive? That's a slippery slope.
It is. It's like every time we think we've got a handle on this AI thing, it throws us a curveball.
It's a brave new world out there, that's for sure.
It really is. But hey, that's what makes it so exciting, right? This whole AI art thing is pushing boundaries, forcing us to rethink everything.
It is. And Midjourney is right there on the front lines. It's not just a tool. It's part of this whole conversation about the future of creativity, the future of art, even the future of, well, us.
Big stuff.
Big stuff.
Well, I think we've given our listeners a lot to chew on today.
Yeah, definitely.
From the tech behind Midjourney to the ethical dilemmas to, what it all means for the future. It's a wild ride, and it's just getting started.
Exactly. This is just the beginning.
So if you're listening and your mind isn't blown, you're not paying attention, this is big, this is important, and we're going to keep talking about it. But for now, that's a wrap on our deep dive into the world of Midjourney. We'll see you next time.